BassResinator here. It's Froggy Friday day. Now I have a little bit of resin that I put in there, and I got the eyes set in place. But what I would like to do is have a Van Gogh frog. This is going to be called Night Frog. Not Starry Night. It could be a Starry Night, but what I'm going to try and do is Van Gogh's Starry Night painting. I'm going to try and recreate in this frog. So I had to have something down there before I start painting. So I'm going backwards. So in the painting itself, it's got a 3D type look. And the closest thing to us is this tree. And so I'm going to try and draw it over on this side. Don't have much room, so I'm using these acrylic paint markers from Let's Resin. I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to put a little bit more of a layer. And then I'm going to paint some more, and a little bit more, and it's just going to go ever so slowly, but I hope it comes out really cool looking. Now, a couple of years ago, I decided I was going to make a Van Gogh painting, and so I did something similar to this, except I did it from the bottom up. Well, the frog is upside down. So that's what I did. And I even have these little crystally, sparkly things to make it look like night. But it has a 3D effect on it because I painted on different layers. So I'm hoping to get something like that with this. Now, I'm going to use, when I eventually pour the very bottom, I'm going to use this Deep Space Blue, which is really dark, which is way darker than the background or the color that Van Gogh himself used. He used this kind of a lighter blue, but yeah, so don't know how long that's going to take to dry, but I'll let it go a little ways. And then I did that first layer with a little bit of UV, and I'm tempted to do the next layer in UV, but the problem with that is if I pour it in there, and then that's already cured. If I pour another layer in and cure it, it'll have a tendency to warp and pull away, and so I don't want to do that. So I think I'm going to use 1 hour curing resin. However, it's very late, and I have a music contest tomorrow morning. But if I pour a little layer and then put the church and a couple of those houses in there, then another layer after that, and then I can paint some of the stars and the moon, and then finish it up. I should be able to get it done by tomorrow night. But yeah, so I think we're going to mix up a very small amount of 1 hour curing resin, because I don't want to go too deep. But you know, that tree, I don't know. I'm going to go 1 ounce. I don't know how far that's going to go. Oh, and the eyes are a night color eye, which is, I think, really cool. This marker I got in the 36 color marker acrylic, and one side has a brush and the other side has a marker point, a fine marker. So I'm just going to be using that black to do my painting until I get to the stars. You know, how to get the stars out. And I have some, I'll go get it. I'll bring it back. You know, on the Van Gogh painting, there around each star and around the moon, there's these little dashes of stuff. And then there's that, like a flow of the Milky Way or whatever the galaxy stuff is behind it, so that it looks like there's a flow. Well, I'm going to use tropical glitz, of course, diamond splinters, look at these, and go around so that a real sparkle. But I want to get this I wish they had the name of the color on it. We'll go with that yellow. How's that? Mm-hmm. And then when I do those the sparkles around the stars, I'll do that with a little bit of UV resin to hold it in place so it doesn't go all, because those not be good. Okay, let me mix up a little bit of resin and show you that step. Okay, I have the resin mixed up. This is 1 ounce. I'm going to pour it onto the stick that I used to mix it to help reduce bubbles. Now please, paint, don't move. That would not be good. I'm thinking what would be really kind of cool is with this resin here, put just a touch in each tip of the toe. And then put a little glass shard in there so it'll have a little bit of sparkle. Think that'd be cool? Okay, it's deep enough now that it's running into the back legs. Let me see if I can pour just a tad, like a tadpole. Oh, I got a hair hanging on this stick. I don't want that going in there. I had a bag of some of these little, I think it's called fairy glass, I got from Laura's Art Corner. And I was using my long-handled lighter, and I set it down and I bumped the bag that the fairy glass was in, and it caused the bag to melt. And so then I got all these little pieces of this glass all over my desktop, and they're hard to pick up, really hard. Just to give it a little extra sparkle, a little something something, you know. I just got done, today was my last day to substitute for my choir director friend that took family medical leave because his wife was having a serious surgery. It's cancer related. And I didn't feel obliged, but it was a privilege to be able to sit in for a friend but I was in there for 14 days. So there was one day they did not have school. So I filled in basically 3 weeks for him. And a couple of the kids, I said, yeah, this is my last day. What? And I said, yeah, Mr. I won't say his name, just protect the innocent. I'll say his first name. Bo is coming back on Monday, or he's supposed to. Well, what about you? And I said, no, I was filling in for him while he was out. I thought we had made that totally clear, but apparently not. A couple kids were, it touched me. I guess I had a positive influence because a couple of them were kind of teary-eyed, and I'm like, oh, so nice. And I did get to conduct one of the songs in their fall concert with the JV men. And I had my faux pas. We were supposed to wear all black. So I came home, and I have a black suit and even the tux, but I didn't want to wear a tux. Not to conduct one song. So I reached in the closet. They looked black to me. The pants. They weren't. They were a dark navy, which got a couple people to laugh, including my wife. Okay, now I'll come back in the morning and paint some other things on there, and then pour another layer, and I'll go do my judging. Yep. Okay, we'll see ya for round 2. I already put the moon and a couple of the stars, and then I'm going to do another layer of clear and then put some more stars. However, and then I'm going to put the swoopy stuff through there. I forgot to put the green around the tree. So I stuck it in there. Now I'm going to try and draw the church right here. The hills are alive with the sound of music. At this point, I'm not even sure what I'm doing. I'm trying to do it backwards, and I think I've got it messed up. It's hard to get back up in that head. Anyway, I'll mix up some more resin and I'll put it in there. Well, I poured in a little bit more. It's not real deep, but that's fine. But I wanted to show you an up close. So that tree is going to be offset and that grass is going to be behind it. And the church, yeah, it's definitely not Van Gogh, but you know, Van Froggo. Night frog. Working on a night frog. Okay. See ya for the next round, or the next level. Well, I'm back from my music contest, and I'm gonna go a little bit more green, but this time into the leg, and a little bit more and I want it to have, on the original, it had things that look sort of like brush strokes. So I'm trying to get that same. Okay, so there's that. Now I need to draw a couple more star thingies. And again, this is going to add kind of a depth. Like these stars are further away. Go up in that armpit. This might not look too much like the original, but you know, it's going to be, I think, really kind of a pretty piece. Oy, stay there. I've already mixed up some of these glass splinters, diamond splinters, into some UV resin. I'm going to let that cure just a little bit. Not cure. I'm going to let that paint take care of itself a little. And then I'm going to follow the direction of the stars with that swoopy with the swooping galaxy stuff going on behind all of it. So let me get these markers put away because I don't have much room on my desk right now, on my work table. So many colors in this packet. It really makes painting stuff like this kind of fun. I wish that green were a darker green, but you know, that's gonna be okay. Let me put some stuff away and let that dry a bit, and then I'll put in my sparkly stuff. Okay, those little things have had time to dry, the paint down there. I want to try and get a little bit of each one of this sparkly stuff behind each star, if possible, even though some are at different levels. And then as I do that, I'm going to just let it sit and spread out. And then I got to come from this angle, from the head, and swoosh over the top of the church. So I may cover up some of what I'm doing right here, but that's okay, as long as I have an idea. This will add extra little sparkly behind the stars and the moon. I've got the resin already mixed up that I'm going to be putting on the back of this. It's out in the, I don't know if you can hear it, but I got my vacuum chamber going out in the garage. And I'm thinking, after I do the little swooshy thing, oh, I gotta go behind the moon. That if I still have some of this stuff left over, I will put some more sparkly stuff in the toes. There's some sparkle there, huh? Just go all the way on across. Now I'm not getting very much of that brush stroke effect with this. I may have but you're getting the concept of it. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to have any more to put in the toes. Okay, so now get my half of my let's resin and let that go for 2 minutes, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, look at that deep space blue. And with those sparklies in there, this should be something to behold. Wow. Now I should tell you, even though I probably didn't need to, I UV'd, did the ultraviolet light on both sides of the, flip the mold over. And cured it from both sides. Oy. Almost got away from me there. I want to get it up into that foot area enough to where it will go up into those toes. Let me coax it in with a toothpick. Get it over the little area where I had the UV resin in there. Wow, this color is really nice. Well, I am back from judging a middle school solo and ensemble. I don't know how many kids I listened to, quite a few. Most of them very well prepared, which is nice. Sometimes when you go to judge a contest and the kids aren't ready, it's like, oh, you're paying me to judge, but it seems like a waste of time. But when the kids come prepared, like they were today, yeah, some were scared. Some had no clue what to expect. This was their very first time ever competing. But I think they did very well all in all. So I was picking out a few little hairs that my dog decided to share. Wow, that is a pretty color, huh? I know. to wait. And then for the grand surprise, what's gonna result with this? Will it be a Van Gogh frog, or just a night frog, or a mess? We'll find out. Okay, we'll see ya on the unmold. Well, this is cured up. It's time to see if this worked or not. I had a little bit of leftover of that blue resin, and I didn't have enough to fill this whole frog up, so I put some of those glass diamond shards in here. And I should have just poured the frog first, but I had the axolotl, the baby axolotl, and I poured it, and then I still had some left over, and I poured that, and I needed a bit more, so I put those shards in there. Okay, those are my extras. Come on. I got some cleanup to do around those toenails right there. This one too. Well, let's see if I can just take that off before I get going too far in here. Better not pull too hard and then pull the toe off. That would, as my dad used to say, that would be a revolting development. Get this now while it's still a little bit soft, so it bends right off of there. Whereas if I waited till it got hard, it would probably break the toe. Let me just take care of it with skizzers. Oh, look at this, man. This one's got a bunch back here, too. I don't want to turn him over yet. Aye. Come on. If I get it started, I can always get it out of there later. because I know you and I both are having a really hard time waiting to see what the other side looks like. We'll get there. We'll get there. See, that's loose. Okay. Come on now. Get that toe jam out of there. Oh, come on. Okay. Pretty clean. Pretty clean. Well, there's a little bit right there, but it's loose, so that'll come off really easily. Okay, let's see. Bam. Oh, what is that? I set it down with some of those pieces from the toe. Oh, here we go. Oh, that tree's up really close. I wish I would have had that grass around it. Look at the eyes. Well, starry, starry frog. Do, 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 do. That's kind of cool, though. Eh? Don't know if anybody's done a Van Gogh frog before. Could be wrong. Still picking that stuff off the toes. But there's the little church on the hill, and we got the moon over here. Ah, okay. Oh, let me get those pieces that I pulled off. Oh no, I was gonna pull it, get it picked up with this tape, but the tape fell down. And now I gotta find the end of it. Well, I'll do that later. Put the frog mold over here, get it out the way. If you are a subscriber of mine, thank you so very much for subscribing. If you are not, it's very easy to become one if you want to. All you gotta do is go down to the bottom of this page and push the button that says subscribe on it. And then just follow the directions. If you're already logged into a YouTube account, if you have one, then you're signed up. If you have a Google account but you don't have a YouTube account, it'll ask you a couple questions. But basically, your Google account is your YouTube account. So, yeah, sorry about that, all that noise. But that makes picking up this stuff easy. Just sticks right to it. And just fold it up and put it in the trash can. If you do subscribe, let me take you down. if you do subscribe, click on the little button that has a bell icon on it, and that way you'll be notified anytime I do something new. See the little shards in his toes? Woo-hoo-hoo. And those diamond chips. Wow, there's some stuff left over on his back from stuff I pulled off his toes, got down there and got on his back. I'll polish that off pretty quick. Yeah, there's a little spot right there I don't like. I'll get it cleaned up. This channel does have memberships available, so if you would like to support the channel that way, just click join. Froggy Friday is a collaboration of people doing frog art. Sometimes it's resin, sometimes it's they call it eco-pour, but it's like a plaster type of stuff. It's stronger than plaster of Paris, but it acts the same way. Sometimes they do that. Sometimes they paint. Sometimes they do all kinds of different things. So if you click on the description underneath this video here, you will see a playlist of the Froggy Friday, and you'll be taken to see all the other artists. And we're coming up with a new playlist because this is now the month of November, and the last playlist we had was the October one. Look at how that leg magnifies that deep space blue. That looks really cool. Anyway, yeah, so check out the other artists and let them know what you think of their art, and if you appreciate it, you click a like or subscribe to their channel as well. Yeah, so stick around. I'll have a couple pictures of this guy. Yeah, this is a night frog. Cool beans. Okay, thank you for watching. We'll see you for the next one. Bye.